Your English is very good.
Your English is perfect.
I hope so. I was born. I'm definitely coming to Turkey. She makes me laugh. She's so kind. We'll start crying. Please don't worry about your accent.
Is there racism in England?
The food's not the best.
You already know it.
Oh, English is so tricky. We don't all have to talk like the king or queen.
If you come to London, don't go your home without visit other cities.
Yes. 6 months later, she talks all the time.
Herkese selamlar. Şu anda Birmingham'daki evin bahçesindeyiz. Son zamanlarda Catherine'le ilgili çok fazla mesaj alıyordum. Catherine'e sorsana şöyle mi, Catherine böyle mi gibi. Özellikle de Instagram'dan. Ben de Catherine'le birlikte bir video hazırlamaya karar verdim. Çünkü bu videonun birçok insanın işine yarayacağını düşünüyorum. Bir İngiliz'in ağzından merak ettiklerinizi cevaplamış olacağız. Yapmıştım, Instagram'dan bir tane Catherine'e merak ettiklerinizi sorabilirsiniz gibi bir paylaşım yapmıştım. Sonra neyse oradan birçok mesaj geldi, birçok soru geldi. Ben toparladım birazcık onları. Şimdi Catherine'le birlikte onları cevaplayacağız. I'm nervous. I will talk with English because of that I'm nervous a little bit.
Your English is very good.
Your English is perfect.
I hope so. I was born.
We are starting now. First of all, they sent lots of lovely messages, especially about you.
Oh, thank you. And I'm sending all my love back to Turkey.
If you are ready, we can start.
We can.
What's Catherine's occupation? She looks like teacher.
I hope I don't look too strict. I'm not a teacher. I used to work as an accountant, but I've stopped working. But I am training to be a teacher. Since meeting Dilara and talking to her about learning English, if I have students, I'd like to be able to help them. So I'm learning how to be a teacher.
You will be perfect teacher.
Oh, thank you,
You
Dilara.
will. Second question. If you were born in another country, which country would it be?
Sorry, Turkey, but it would have to be France.
Yeah, I know.
I love France. I love the food. I love the language. But I haven't been to Turkey yet, so it might all change.
There are many questions about Turkey, by the way. Like, are you planning to come to Turkey?
I'm definitely coming to Turkey, so I'm definitely going to see Dilara maybe September time.
Lots of people waiting for you, especially my family. They are waiting.
No, I'm really looking forward to meeting them.
Yeah, they are also. Other question about Turkey. Actually, we are calling it now Turkey. It's changed.
Yes.
As someone who has not been to Turkey before, what have you heard about Turkey and Turks? What do you think about Turkey generally? Do you think Turks ride camels?
Well, I do know a lot of people who've been to Turkey, and I've never heard a bad word said. Everyone loves the country, loves the people, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it all. And I do have a friend that has seen camel wrestling, so I think everyone wrestles or fights with camels. I'm looking forward to riding my own camel. Everyone has a camel.
You will ride. Don't
I
worry.
will ride,
In
yeah.
touristic area, you can find it. If you come to Turkey, which place would you like to see the most?
I think the place I'd like to see the most is where your family live. I really want to meet your family. I also want to go to Istanbul, and I want to go to the coast and the tourist areas, because we have no sun here, so I can lie on the beach and swim in the sea.
Do you have a favorite Turkish dish?
I haven't got a favourite Turkish dish, but Dilara, you've shown me lots of things, and also I'm really looking forward to breakfast at your parents' house.
I told her about Turkish breakfasts. Yeah, my mom will prepare for us. Have you ever had any Turkish friends? Is Dilara the first Turk living with you? I think there is two questions here.
I've recently made friends with my neighbours who are Turkish, but apart from them, no, I have no other Turkish friends. But now I have Dilara and I have my neighbours, so I'm
Yeah.
very lucky.
We met with
We did,
him,
yes.
right? Across the road.
Across the road.
Yeah. Is Dilara the first Turk living with you?
Yes. Dilara is the first Turkish person living with me.
Actually, you already answered it, right? Sorry. Have your thought about Turkey changed after living with Dilara? Or are there any Turkish traditions that you have seen from Dilara that you find interesting?
I don't think my thoughts about Turkey have changed because everyone says such positive things. But having Dilara here has just made me want to visit Turkey more. And I do enjoy my Turkish coffee. Thanks, Dilara.
Bon appetit. Enjoy.
Thank you.
You like it, right? What do you
I
think
love
about
it.
Turkish coffee?
I love it.
You smell it like nuts or something, right?
Yes, it smells a little bit of nuts, but it's not too strong. Much nicer than coffee in the UK.
Mm-hmm. You didn't see any traditions or you didn't find interesting, right?
Mashallah.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. But also, having talked to Dilara, there are a lot of traditions that are very similar. English traditions and Turkish traditions. So that was very interesting.
Yeah. You and Dilara are very close. You seem like mother and daughter. Did you have the same connection with the people you hosted before? Or do you have a special bond with Dilara?
I think I have to say that I have a special bond with Dilara. I have had students before, but none of them have been like Dilara. She is like my daughter. She makes me laugh. She's so kind. She's so lovely. So we'll start crying.
Not now. I need to get my myself. You two seem so used to each other. 6 months, it's a long time. I wonder, how will you feel after Dilara leaves? Will you miss each other?
We're not thinking about that at the moment because the answer is definitely yes. Move on.
Other question. The best moment you spent with Dilara? Actually, really, I'm wondering about it.
That is a very hard question because
so.
There are a lot of moments. But I think when Dilara and I went to Bath, it was the first time we'd been away and stayed away, and I could show Dilara somewhere that she'd always wanted to go to, and that was very special. A really, really lovely time.
Yeah. Also, we slept same room.
We
it was
did,
first
yes,
time for
we
us.
did. And she doesn't snore.
Actually, I thought about it, our best moment with you, and I couldn't decide.
I know, there are too many. There were a lot.
There were a lot. I'm so happy about it. What do you recommend to people from different cultures who are going to live together?
I think it's a very, very good idea. I think you have to recognise that people are different, but also they have a lot of things in common. And the best thing I believe you can do is find out about someone else's culture and to talk to them, because you'll be surprised at what you have in common and what you didn't know about other people's cultures.
Yeah. You lived together for 6 months. I would like to hear about Dilara from your point of view.
Well, Dilara works very, very hard. I think that was something I noticed straight away, that not only when she first came did she do her studies, but she was also doing her job. Also, she's such good fun. She makes me laugh all the time, and she's really one of the kindest. This is the kindest, sweetest person that I know.
It's the
emotional. My little baby.
I know.
Oh,
thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for staying with me.
I will continue. It's about your hosting things.
Yes.
Do you worry about safety when you host people in your home? How do you ensure your safety?
Well, the people that I have hosted have come through organisations and language schools. So I have someone at the school that I can be in contact with. And also, I think if it doesn't work out, I would have the option to stop hosting someone. But I have been very, very lucky. But I think as both a host or a student, when you first come, it's very important to go with a reputable school or a reputable agency. It protects both people.
I'm very nervous about staying with my parents. With my parents?
Or with your host? With
I
their
think
host?
I'm very nervous about staying with hosts. How does the process work?
To become a host, you have to be interviewed, and they also carry out various checks, make sure you've not got a criminal record and other things. They also visit the house to make sure that all the facilities are there. It's important that the student has their own room, they have facilities for cooking. So the schools will look into the hosts very closely, but also the students will have someone at the school that they can talk to if they aren't happy with their hosts.
Yeah. What would you like to say to parents who wants to send their children but hesitate?
I think that it is an experience of a lifetime to come to a different country, be it Britain, be it another country in Europe. And I think to have the opportunity to learn about another culture, to go to a different place, new places, new people is so important. But as I said before, I think it's also important to choose a good school or choose a good organisation and make sure you have all the details where your children are staying. Make sure your children have a phone so they can contact you. But it's such a good experience for them.
Let's talk about language.
All right.
I want to talk about accents, especially Turkish people criticize each other about accents. Many people lack of self-confidence in speaking English. What do you think about this issue?
Everyone has an accent, and I'm sure there are British people who will not like my Birmingham accent. English people love to hear English spoken in a foreign language, and to be honest, you won't lose your accent, but people in the UK will find it sexy. My mother and father were from Scotland, and they moved to England a long time ago, and they lived longer in England than they did in Scotland, and they always had a Scottish accent. So please don't worry about your accent. If you think about, there are Hollywood actresses who speak with a Spanish accent, and everybody loves their accents.
He realized that all the English I spoke was the lines that I said on the tape for the character. And how are you, and thank you, and nice to meet you, and that was all.
English people are not worried about your accent. They actually like your accent.
Same actually, who are trying to speak in Turkish, if they make mistake, we are thinking about them. Oh, they are cute.
Even English people make mistakes speaking English, so please don't worry about it.
Is there racism in England?
Unfortunately, I think the answer has to be yes. It's not a pleasant thing, and I think living in Birmingham, which has a lot of people from a lot of different countries, is a very positive thing. But unfortunately, there are people in England who will not like you because of your colour, or because of your religion, or because of who you choose to love. But I think the more we learn about different cultures, the more this will help stop racism. But no, unfortunately, I think as in many other countries, there is racism. But there are also very good and kind people here who aren't racist. So we just have to be better than them, which I'm sure we all are. Ignore them.
Yeah, ignore them. I love it.
Mm.
Yeah, just ignore them.
Yes.
What are the good and bad things about England?
Oh, well, the big bad thing is in the winter it's cold and it's wet. And in the summer we may only have a few days of sunshine, so you are so lucky in Turkey. The other bad thing is the food's not the best.
We already know it.
But the good thing is most people are friendly and like to share their experiences with other people from all nationalities. And also we have some very beautiful places in England to visit. And as a small country, it's very easy to explore. So you can see a lot of places in a short
Like me.
period. Like Delara, yes.
Yeah. If you watched my videos, you already know it, right? New or no?
You already know it.
You already know it.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, English is so tricky.
I know. But now it's easier than 6 months ago.
Oh, no, your English is very good. I keep telling you, and you don't believe me.
Thank you.
But also, Delara, you've gone and visited places in England on your own, and everyone has understood you. Your English might not be perfect, but English people's English isn't perfect. The most important thing, I'm learning French at the moment, so I understand the difficulties. But my teacher says the most important thing is to be understood, not to be perfect. And I think that's very true. We don't all have to talk like the king or the queen.
What is the hardest thing in England?
Now that's a difficult question. I think at the moment things are difficult because people don't have as much money as they had before, and it's taking longer to get to see a doctor. Things are more expensive, and living with the weather. I think those are the most difficult things.
For me, I think it's weather.
Yes.
I was
2
wearing-
pairs of socks.
Yeah.
And Delara had extra blankets, a hot water bottle.
Garfield.
She would wear lots of clothes to go to bed, even with the heating being on.
6 months, I looked to this garden from there. I will show you, by the way. Just wait. That one is my room, and I was looking from there to here. And now we are sitting here. I'm so happy. Life in England is very expensive for us because our money is
I
worth
know,
so low.
yes.
Is it the same for the British? Is it difficult to make a living in England?
It is the same for the British because of many things, including Brexit. The cost of our food has increased, the cost of our electricity has increased, the cost of our petrol has increased. So a lot of people are finding it very difficult in Britain at the moment.
Also, there is lots of homeless people
Yes,
in
there
here.
are lots of homeless people, which is very, very sad in Britain. We do have a lot of homeless people.
If you come here, you will see lots of homeless people. Maybe they can come to you and maybe they can ask, do
They
you
may
have...
ask for money.
Yeah, but you can tell them, I don't have, sorry. Be kind and keep going. You will be okay.
That's very good advice.
What advice would you give to people who are coming to the UK to study or work?
I think the most important thing is to talk to British people, to get out, meet people, experience lots and lots of different things. But also, I think a good piece of advice is to always be careful. You are in a foreign country and there will always be dangers, but if You are careful about what you do. Don't go out alone at night. Make sure if you're using public transport, you know the numbers of the buses, the times of the buses. Have a phone with you. Just normal, sensible things, and I think if you do that, you will have a great time. And remember, there will be people in your school or in your organisation that will be happy to help you. If you don't understand what people are saying, don't be afraid to ask, because in most cases people will be more than happy to explain to you or show you. So don't be afraid to talk to people. People on the whole love to talk to new people.
My first day in here,
I remember.
in my in my school, my first day they gave me emergency numbers.
Yes.
First of
Yeah.
all, your first day, they will give you emergency numbers, some information about
Yes.
them.
It's the most natural thing to be worried about a new situation, and the best thing to do is, if anything worries you, is to either talk to your teachers, talk to your workmates, talk to your hosts, because there will always be a solution.
What are the best things to do in the UK? What are your favorite place to visit?
Oh gosh, there are so many favourite places to visit. My favourite places to visit out in the countryside. I am happy when I'm outside. Delara will know this. I love going to gardens. I
me too.
love walking.
Me
I love being outside. I love going to the coast. But we also have some amazing cities to visit. I love Edinburgh, I love Bath. There are lots of places where lots of great museums, lots of lovely pubs where you can go and listen to music.
I think pubs are everywhere in
There
UK.
are. We love a pub. And I recommended to Delara in Ireland to go and listen to the music. Especially if you're in a city, there is always something to do and to experience. But for me, my favourite of all things is going for a walk in the countryside.
I think if you come to London, don't go your home without visit other cities
Yes,
or
yes.
countryside.
I think that's very good advice, because people think that England is London or Scotland is Edinburgh, Ireland is Dublin, Wales is Cardiff, but there are so many places to visit, and you can spend your whole life here and still not visit them all.
Yeah,
Lots and lots of places.
Yeah. I traveled lots, but still
I know.
there is lots of
She's
place.
coming back
I will come back
in the summer next time.
Yes, not winter.
But winter was lovely because we went to the Christmas market, so it's not all bad in winter.
Yeah, we know that British food is not very various. What is your advice about British dishes?
Well, if you're in a city, you will have a lot of choice, because in Birmingham we are very fortunate because we have people whose families came from India, Pakistan, Jamaica, Poland, Italy, to name but a few. So there are lots and lots of different types of food that you can eat. And of course, you need to try fish and chips.
And your final question.
All right, my final question.
What can you say about Birmingham?
Now, a lot of other people in the UK have different opinions of Birmingham, because we are a big city and there are a lot of factories here. They think that Birmingham is industrial and dirty, but there are lots of beautiful places in Birmingham, and the people are very, very friendly. I was born in Birmingham and I am a very proud Brummie. And
I am Brummie, by the way.
by the way, she will go back to Turkey with a Brummie accent.
I have Brummie accent.
She
Bad.
It's bad. It's like she was born here.
Yeah, look at my accent now. We finished our
Oh.
questions. Do you want to say, by the way, something to them?
I hope that this encourages you to come over to England and answers any questions and addresses any worries that you have. And I think the key thing, you may not understand everything that people say, but you don't have to understand every single word, but you need to understand the main parts and also be understood. But don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
And most importantly, if you come to the UK, have a great time.
Do you remember my first day?
I remember it very well. The very first day that I met Delara, she wouldn't speak to me because she was afraid that she would get it wrong. And 6 months later, she talks all the time. If you can laugh with someone and it's not your native language, that is a very, very good indication of how good you are. So from a very shy person to someone who has become a Brummie. Her personality is the same, but her confidence in speaking English is so much greater. And I've said to her that it's very important when she goes home to practice her English, so we will be talking regularly.
I cannot live without talking.
Oh, no, right.
I'll finish this video here. I hope it will help to you. I hope it can inspire to you. If you have any question, you can connect with me. If you want to come here, if you want to learn English, you can do this. I did. You can also.
Goodbye everyone.
Hepinize çok teşekkür ederim izlediğiniz için. Umarım beğenmişsinizdir. Bizim için hem çok güzel bir anı olacak bu video eminim. Hem de buraya gelmeyi düşünen ama çekinen, kafasında soru işaretleri olan arkadaşlar için bence mükemmel bir video olacak. Beğendiyseniz lütfen beğenmeyi, yorum yapmayı unutmayın. Bu şekilde hepinizi öpüyorum. Kendinize çok iyi bakın.